I want this to last. I need you in my time. Hey, what's up? How's it going? This is the Derek Show, a show where I, Derek, talk until I am out of breath. I hope that you're having a great day. I have a few announcements to make before we get started. First, tonight, mere hours after I upload this episode, I will be performing at Hooters in Round Rock tonight, May 29th, Wednesday, 2024. Tomorrow night, I will be hosting my own show at Gnar Bar. I'll be hosting that, producing that. Got a great lineup. Jamar Neighbors is going to be there. So if you're in the Austin area and planning to be around 6th Street, please swing by. Tickets are only $10. Same thing on the 4th. I'm going to be doing a headlining spot at the Tuesday show at Gnar Bar that my co-producer Matt Rivera has been putting together. He did a great job last night filling up the room. I heard great things. Everyone had a wonderful time. Then the following Thursday, Gnar Bar again. I'm doing that one. And then the day after that, up in Cedar Park at Mr. Nice Guys, the Green Room, I'm going to be hosting the show there, and it's going to be super fun. So if you want to hang and see some comedy at a weed-themed speakeasy up in North Austin, go and get your tickets at Eventbrite. Mr. Nice Guys, the Green Room. You should be able to find them there. I think it's the Green Room with Mike Eaton, something like that. No, I don't know. Okay, anyways. Another thing to direct your attention towards is just 2 Mondays ago, I had an appearance on the #1 live podcast in the world, Kill Tony, and I did pretty well, I might say so myself, and a lot of people have been contacting me, congratulating me on how good that went. So if you're entertained by me, definitely go and check that out. Also, if anyone comes and sees me live as a result of hearing about the show on the podcast, I want to do something for you. So my car is full of fun tchotchkes. There's like rubber sharks that I got at a bar in New Orleans when you get a drink called the Shark Attack. I have a football-shaped koozie called the Koozball, patent pending as far as I know. And I even have like these little Louis Vuitton sample perfumes, So just any kind of thing I have in my car, or pepper spray, whatever you want. I have so much junk in there that I would, but one man's trash is another person's treasure. So whatever. So if you come and see me, I will give you a little fun rubber ducky maybe. Just something to remember it by. Also, I have an update on our set decorations here. At long last, well, we know that Cooley left us a few weeks ago, went to a very good owner, a nice home, but Coolidge is also gone. Coolidge has made its exit from my life, but is going to be looked after by a person with a chocolate business, I think, So keep your ear to the ground for that. Or don't. I have no idea what that business is called. But we do still have some set decorations with this. My guitar, Stringerton II, is going to be doing backup dancing for me every episode. As always, don't feel obligated to watch. You can just listen along because basically you're just going to be looking at my dumb face the entire time. The audio version of this podcast is on Spotify. It's probably going to be on iTunes. I just upload everything to Spotify for podcasters and let them take care of the rest. Stitcher, Podbean, I have no idea. Right here on YouTube, you can catch this. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, because there's lots of fun stuff coming at you all the time. For a couple of months, I wasn't publishing my comedy sets. I got a little bit busy with my bookings and everything, but I've recently put a few on the schedule and will continue to do so, and they'll be released, I think, about every 3 days. If you have some opinions about how often you like your YouTube channels to release videos, please feel free to send me an email at derekdcomedian@gmail.com and let me know what you think. Also, if you have any articles that you would like me to read, please leave those in the comments. Also, the link to that Kill Tony episode will be in the description of this video. So if you just click the little description thing, you'll be able to find the link right there, and then go over to my appearance there, which is also on my YouTube channel. Let's get right to it. we have news stories for you. As always, these, because I want to be sort of lighthearted and like, who the heck is really going to solve any problems at a time like this? All these are taken from apnews.com/oddities. This guy, this first one is on the subject of baseball. The Twins, the Minnesota Twins, and their lucky home run sausage are home safely with the winning streak still intact. Awesome, great, good for you guys. First of all, congratulations, Minnesota Twins. Congratulations, home run sausage. Baseball is a famously superstitious sport. The curse of the Bambino, all other kinds of things, people not washing their jock straps, making sure that they have to have a few shots of whiskey before they take the field. I don't know what all the superstitions and traditions are, but very, very superstitious sport, and this is just a 2024 example of that. So let's dive right into it. This by Dave Campbell. Minneapolis, Associated Press. The lucky home run sausage safely returned to Minnesota with the Twins and their winning streak. After hitting coach Dave Popkins initiated the superstition last week, grabbing an unopened summer sausage from a table in the clubhouse and encouraging his players to tap it before their at-bats. The Twins coincidentally followed with a flurry of big hits. I think this is an example of the ever-present and ever-effective placebo effect. Of course, if you feel your confidence bolstered before you go into a difficult thing, then you're probably going to be a little bit more focused, a little bit more centered, a little bit more calm. That kind of makes sense to me. Edouard Julien and Ryan Jeffers hit back-to-back home runs in the 6th inning of the April 24th game at Target Field, and after Carlos Santana went deep... That's also the name of a musical artist, isn't it? Carlos Santana went deep in the 8th. Jeffers actually tossed the sausage to the first baseman on his return to the dugout. From there, the ritual went viral, but not bacterial, they hope. The Twins took the sausage with them on the road, wisely double-sealed in a plastic bag and stuffed into a shoe. They won all 6 games, a franchise first for a trip of that length. With a 5-2 win on Friday over Boston, boo, New England represent, they pushed their win streak to 11 games to match the 3rd longest in club history. The sausage stayed in the dugout. No home runs were hit, but the Twins struck out only 6 times. Jeffers, wearing a navy blue home run sausage t-shirt featuring a salami-shaped slugger swinging for the fences, was coy in the clubhouse before the game when asked about the cured meat's whereabouts. There was a reason for that, manager Rocco Baldelli said. All right, there's a lot of names to learn. In the fridge, the coaches... It's in the fridge in the coach's room. We keep it away from the players until the last possible second when the game starts, said Baldelli. You got to preserve the magic. Who had a different, assumedly fresher summer sausage on his desk in his office. The original and now famous sausage was part of a baby gift to infielder Kyle Farmer from Cloverdale Foods, which supplies the official bacon for the Twins and Target Field. Again with the trivia, which is really just not useful information. Thanks, you want to increase your word count, but who gives a darn, honestly, if Cloverdale Foods supplies food to the official bacon to the Twins? All right, Twins, Target Field. It's all commercial, everybody. Understand, everything that you see online, including this podcast, is a product. Don't be fooled. All right, Sheboygan Sausage, for the record, has the official bratwurst and sausage. Whatever. Farmer and his family were previously part of a promotion for a Cloverdale breakfast sandwich. Once again, do you have to do an advertisement for an advertisement in a news article? Wasn't the point of the news that it wasn't going to be advertising? Back in the day, they gave over an hour's worth of valuable airtime to nothing but news reporting. And now we're doing advertising trivia about advertising in the middle of the news. The world is crazy. For a Cloverdale breakfast sandwich, and he and his wife welcomed their second son earlier this year. Well, congratulations to you two. I'm so glad. Keep popping them out. Yeah. As huge baseball fans ourselves, we truly understand and respect the elements of superstition and luck. Well, one must have respect for superstition and luck, said Cloverdale, Vice President of Marketing, Cloverdale Vice President of Marketing, Lee Melander. The belief that our Cloverdale tangy summer sausage... He had to use the full name. Oh my God. He's a corporate shill. Of course he is, but Jesus, goodness gracious, is somehow magically influencing hits is a huge honor. Well, that's really cute, but this guy obviously hasn't heard of the placebo effect. I doubt, whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't like this guy. Well, once again, thank you to Tim Dillon and Bill Burr, two angry Northeasterners who inspired me to do this podcast. There's an advertisement for you right there. Well, let's keep going. The Twins are no stranger to unique home run celebrations. Last season, they brought a fishing vest and a toy fishing pole to the dugout, a nod to the state's 10,000 lakes. This version was by their side when they completed that 4-game sweep of the White Sox, totaled 32 runs. I don't know what this version... Oh, it must have been, the vest and the fishing pole. They completed that 4-game sweep of the White Sox, totaled 32 runs and 45 hits to win 3 straight against the Los Angeles Angels. Don't you mean the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim? Get it right. And then recorded a 3-game sweep of the White Sox in Chicago. The season's too grueling and baseball's too hard of a sport to not have fun once in a while, right? Jeffers said. Wrong. It's not because it's a grueling and difficult sport. It's because you should be having fun no matter what, Jeffers. Goodness gracious. Do you think I'm talking to hear myself talk? No, this is fun. All right. Well, that was it. Dave Campbell, thank you for bringing that one to us. Next one. Scammer who claimed to be an Irish heiress should be extradited to UK, judge rules. Well, I'll drink to that. Let's see. By Patrick Whittle. All right, Patrick, let's see what you got for us. Portland, Maine, Associated Press. A convicted scammer who claimed to be an Irish heiress and who was accused of stealing tens of thousands of dollars from several victims should be extradited to the United Kingdom. A federal court has ruled. Marianne Smith with a Y, of course, who accusers say has also fashioned herself as a witch, a psychic, and a friend to Hollywood stars. Well, she just sounds like a cunt, honestly. Has been in a Maine jail waiting to learn if she'll be extradited. She faces allegations that she stole more than $170,000 from the victims from 2008 to 2010 in Northern Ireland. U.S. Magistrate Judge John Nivison, whatever the guy's name is, ruled on Thursday that there is sufficient evidence to certify Smith's extradition to the UK to face charges. Nivison wrote that Smythe, it doesn't really matter, will be in custody of the U.S. Marshals Service pending a decision on extradition by Secretary of State Antony Blinken. An attorney for Smythe, who has declined to comment in the past, did not respond to phone calls and emails on Thursday. The judge's ruling that Smith should be extradited could help bring about the end of a bizarre saga, which victims have painted Smith as a master of disguise and a veteran traveling grifter. Well, reports might be exaggerated, but honestly, it makes a good story, so we'll go with it. Smith faces 4 counts of fraud by abuse of position under the UK Fraud Act of 2006 and 4 counts of theft in violation of Northern Ireland's Theft Act of 1969. Well, I think that's a bit significant. That one was probably put in place during the Troubles, the IRA kind of thing, but I don't really want to talk out of my depth here. Right, we'll keep it going. Nivison wrote, authorities overseas have said Smith stole money that she had promised to invest and arranged to sell a victim a home, but took the money. A court in Northern Ireland issued arrest warrants for her earlier this decade. couldn't find a year, could you? All right, Patrick whistled. The evidence presented regarding Mrs. Smith's interactions with the transactions involving individuals is sufficient to sustain the 4 fraud charges and the 4 theft charges that are subject of the extradition request, Nivison wrote. Smith's case is similar in some respects to that of Anna Sorokin, a scammer who was convicted of paying for her lifestyle by impersonating a German heiress. Shameful. Smith's victims included Jonathan Walton, a podcaster who warned others of Smith's grifts. Smith was found guilty of stealing tens of thousands of dollars from Walton and spent about 2 years in jail. She seems to have lived quite an exciting life, this lady. I mean, it might be a little bit less exciting when she's in the penitentiary, but honestly, well, you got to admire it a little bit, I guess. I don't know. The two had grown close in Los Angeles, and Smith told Walton she was due an inheritance of $7 million from her wealthy Irish family. Well, this is just the Nigerian prince thing all over again. She just ripped off another grifter. I'm losing respect for this lady as time goes by. But Smith's story began to fall apart when Walton learned that she was jailed for stealing $200,000 or more from a travel agency she worked for. Sorry, $200,000, just that amount. Walton used his podcast to gather tips from Smith's other accusers. Some of those accusers said Smith started a fake charity, and others said she posed as everything from a cancer patient to Jennifer Aniston's best friend. Smith, who is in fact American, was found and arrested in Maine in February. Well, thank you, Patrick Whittle, for that enlightening view of the life and times of this scam artist, Smith. Well, story number 3. Why not? I'll keep it rolling at a pace. Most of 15 million bees contained after bee-laden truck crashes. Boy, I have mixed feelings about this. Either going to be really good or really bad. Maybe it'll be really ugly. Bugsley? Okay. Clinton, Maine, Associated Press. A tractor trailer hauling about 15 million honeybees to be used to pollinate blueberry fields crashed and overturned on Interstate 95, officials said. Not the bees! Not the bees! The driver was taken to the hospital as a precaution Thursday night, while first responders worked to ensure the safety of the bees that were in hives strapped on the trailer, which landed on its side, officials said. And this is a particularly scandalous travesty in light of all of the diminishing bee populations we've been having all over the world. But again, let's not keep it too serious. The bees were mostly contained, and the, in quotes, goal was to save them, said Shannon Moss, state police spokesperson. First responders didn't realize the cargo was bees until firefighters went down an embankment to check for leaking fluids, said Fire Chief Travis Leary. Old Lady Leary left a lantern in the shed and the cow kicked it over. They learned the hard way. The guys did get stung on a regular basis. Everyone got stung at least a couple of times, said Leary, who suffered several bee stings. The temperature in the 40s might have kept the bees from getting rowdier during the several hours it took to get the truck upright and removed by a tow truck, he said. A beekeeper was summoned to corral the bees, he said. That I would pay to see. That I would love to see. This story is rather humdrum, somewhat humdrone. It's kind of boring, but techniques for corralling bees. Did he start squirting smoke and how do you corral bees? Is he a bee whisperer? How successful was he? They fly wherever they want. Holy cow. The truckload of bees was headed to Washington County, which is the center of the state's wild blueberry industry. Bees are routinely trucked into the region to pollinate the blueberry barrens each spring. Well, all right, cool. That was it. Well, it wasn't very good, but at least it was short. That's what she said. Punxsutawney Phil's babies are named Shadow and Sunny. Just don't call them the heirs apparent. Let's find out what the heck that means. Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Associated Press. Punxsutawney Phil's offspring now have names that just might help the famed weather forecasting groundhog to predict when spring will begin. Doesn't sound really scientific, but we'll keep this going. Phil's human handlers chose Mother's Day to announce that the two kits born this spring to Phil and his partner Phyllis are named, that's cute, Phil and Phyllis, that's very good, are named Sunny and Shadow. Sunny is a female, Shadow is a male. Each spring, Phil makes a prediction about the length of the remaining winter. According to tradition, if he sees his shadow, there will be 6 more weeks of cold. It is insane that this has turned into a national holiday, but I have to finish this paragraph. This year, Phil did not see his shadow, and therefore predicted an early spring. You could have fooled me. It was pretty cold in March around here. These kits of his are not replacements. They're not the heir apparent. Dan McGinley, vice president of the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club Inner Circle. Now that sounds sort of like a cult or the Rotary Club or the Freemasons. Are they part of the Illuminati? Further investigation is required. Whoever wrote this, please do some digging. Said in a phone interview Monday. Sunny and Shadow will not be part of the ceremony. It's still Phil's job. That's right. Don't take that rodent's job away from him. Underemployment is a serious problem. You can't do a rotation every 3rd year. By gum, what would Phil do to feed his children if they start out earning him? Sunny and Shadow will be not part of the there's still only one Punxsutawney Phil. Well, for anyone who's seen the movie Groundhog Day, I'm not good. Sorry, I'm having a stroke. All right, let's keep going. The club received hundreds of suggestions for the pups' names. The final decision emerged after a one-on-one between Phil and the club's president, Tom Dunkel. They had a very long conversation, very involved. Many carrots were eaten, and a lot of chittering. I had my ear against the door, and honestly, things seemed to be getting pretty hairy for a while. Today, the first family of groundhogs has grown. Punxsutawney Phil and his wife Phyllis have 2 kits of their own. McGinley read from a scroll announcing the names of the pups, born to royalty, in a video posted on social media on Sunday. The babies were discovered in March by a club member who was feeding fruit and vegetables to Phil and Phyllis. Oh, how lovely. The groundhog family lives in a climate-controlled burrow at their local library. Now, honestly, the burrow, I would go to see that. The rest of this has no interest for me whatsoever, but groundhogs in a library, that's something I've got to see. All right, well, that's that one. Maybe I will just do every story in a different voice, because frankly, I do want to practice my voices, and hey, I would like to do more voiceover work. So, if you're someone who needs some voiceover work done for your business, or just for a fun project, and you want to contact me, leave a comment. Let's talk. Anyhow, here's our final story for the day. A Chicago teen entered college at 10. No, I'm just going to do it in my voice this time. A Chicago teen entered college at 10. At 17, she earned a doctorate from Arizona State. That was a pretty impressive accomplishment. That's pretty cool. Chicago, Associated Press. Dorothy Jean Tillman II's participation in Arizona State University's May 6th commencement was the latest step on a higher education journey the Chicago teen started when she took her first college course at age 10. Very cool. Also, doubly cool is that she is Dorothy Jean Tillman II, and you don't often see junior, second, third, those suffixes for girls. And I think that's super cool that her parents were like, well, why not do that? You know, we'll call you Dorothy 2. I'm Dorothy 1, you'll be Dorothy 2. That's yeah, it's like you're changing tradition in a not insignificant way, but possibly for significant reasons, and hey, probably for fun, and I'm all about fun. Okay, 1 second. Also, feel free to leave comments about, like, do I talk too fast? Do I not leave enough pauses between things? Because I'm about done with all these stories. And we're at 26 minutes right now. And if the bombardment of words is too fast and too, if I need to let some things breathe, let me know. Maybe I just will anyways. But do feel free to leave comments about pacing, things like that. In between came associates, bachelor's, and master's degrees. Well, that sort of goes without saying, but let's keep going. When Tillman successfully defended her dissertation in December, she became the youngest person at age 17 to earn a doctoral degree in integrated behavioral health at Arizona State. That's very specific. The youngest person in a particular department at a particular university. It suddenly seems less newsworthy, even though I'm still very happy for this person, and that's a cool accomplishment. And I wish her all the best of luck and success in the world and in her life, and doing all of the good that she can for humanity. There's no writer's credit on this, or I would call you out. All right. Associate Professor Leslie Manson told ABC's Good Morning America for a Story Monday. It's a wonderful celebration, and we hope that Dorothy Jean inspires more students, Manson said. That's right. Keep 'em coming to Arizona State. Keep paying those tuition fees and the overpriced rent for a triple in the freshman dorms. Keep buying your meal plans and your textbooks. Be inspired by it. Yes, let me try those tears. Your anguish sustains me. Tillman inspires more students, Manson said. Also, this person is named Manson. Should we trust them? Don't know. But this is still something so rare and unique. Well, Tillman, called Dorothy Genius by family and friends, that's cute, is the granddaughter of former Chicago alderwoman Dorothy Tillman. Okay, so she is the second after a grandmother, but hey, it can skip generations. Who cares? When most students are just learning to navigate middle school, her mother enrolled Tillman in classes through the College of Lake County in northern Illinois, where she majored in psychology and completed her associate's degree in 2016, according to her biography. Illinois, famously home to many badass women, including, but not limited to, Oprah Winfrey and Hillary Rodham Clinton. Honestly, I think their press has not been so good in the last couple decades, but very accomplished women nonetheless. So way to go, Illinois. Keep pushing out them badass boss bitch babies. Tillman earned a bachelor's in humanities from New York's Excelsior College in 2018. Excelsior, incidentally, state motto of New York. In Latin, it means ever upward. Back to the story. About 2 years later, she earned her master's degree of science from Unity College in Maine before being accepted in 2021 to Arizona State's Behavioral Health Management program, where the weather is warmer and swimming pools are more abundant. Most of her classwork was done remotely and online. Tillman did attend her Arizona State commencement in person and address the graduating class during the ceremony. Tillman told the Associated Press on Tuesday that she credits her grandmother and trusting in her mother's guidance for her educational pursuits and success. Well, how else? You're 17 and frankly don't have the most sophisticated decision-making process, but it's really good that you had family who, well, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. That's all I have to say about this. Also, congratulations, Dorothy. Really, way to go. Everything that we were doing didn't seem abnormal to me or out of the ordinary until it started getting all the attention, said Tillman, now 18. There have been sacrifices, though. I didn't have the everyday, well, of course. I mean, you were studying, like you didn't have a normal peer group. You were studying all the time. Yeah. I didn't have the everyday school things like homecoming dances or spirit weekends or just school pictures and things like that. Yeah, can you imagine a 10-year-old at a college pep rally, or I don't know, it's like tailgating, like going to a dance. I don't know, but I don't know. That could still be fun. Heck, I like to dance. I've liked to dance at any age. Whatever. This runs the risk of getting a little weird. Dances or spirit weeks or just school pictures and things like that. That kind of create unity with my peers. All right, either that is a typo or a speech error. You're a PhD at 17, but your grammar isn't right. What's going on here? All right. She said. She has found time to dance and do choreography. Tillman also is founder and chief executive of the Dorothy Genius STEAM Leadership Institute. The program includes summer camps designed to help young people in the arts and STEM subjects. She said her plans include public speaking engagements and fundraising for the camp. Of course, get your bag, honey. Once you got all this press, you might as well make money. I mean, what did Obama do after he left office? He said, if you want me to talk, give me $1 million, and it's worked out great for him. Way to go, Barack. And fundraising for the camp, which Tillman said she hopes to franchise one day. It's all business once again. Tillman is motivated and is motivated. More obvious words were never put down on paper. And has innovative ideas, said Manson, adding, and truly, I think what is inspiring is that she embodies that meaning of being a true leader. None of these people know how to talk. All right, that meaning. All right, whatever. Jimalita Tillman says she is most impressed also with her daughter's ability, thanks for the context, should have told us before, with her daughter's ability to show herself and other successes with grace, but to also understand when to put her foot down when choosing between social outings and her education. Oh, sounds like it was probably a common expression while no, you can't hang out with your friends. You got to put your foot down on this one. Okay. Associated Press researcher Jennifer Farrar in New York contributed to this report. Thank you for the info. Well, that's the last story for today. Sure hope you have enjoyed it. This should be uploaded by, 5:15 today. Again, Hooters tonight, all the other shows going on. As always, thank you very much. Thank you to not only the aforementioned people, but also Rachel Strangeway, classmate of mine back in high school, who inspired me in part to do this show, and also to the dear and beloved memory of my father. Have a wonderful day, and take care of yourself. Bye.